All right, so let's go ahead and get back into it, man. You already know, man. Technical T, man, the tech guy with the do-rag on. If it's your first time stopping through, man, because a lot of you the channel been growing again. All right, we've been back popping again. And this is your first time stopping by, man. I'm just a regular dude who like to talk tech. I talk a little bit of accessories. That's my little main draw. But sometimes I like cutting the camera on, doing these commentary videos as if we are sitting in front of each other, enjoying a glass of bourbon, wine, gin, whatever your vice is. That's kind of the vibe that I like to get off of my videos, man. So let's get that subscribe button, hit the like button, do all the YouTube things. But enough of all that. Let's go ahead and talk about iOS 27 beta. Now, I normally don't do beta videos. If you go back on my channel, normally I don't even fool with betas because guess what? I need my damn phone to work when I need it to work, and I don't have time to pick up my phone and then something not be working right, all right? So I tend to kind of leave the betas alone. But if you've been seeing my last video, I think my previous video where I was talking about my experience with the 17 Pro Max all of these months leading up till now, whatever it is, 8, 9 months, whatever it is, iOS 26 and my battery life just has not been getting along. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not sure what has been going on with my device. My battery life has just been plummeting and it's not left me with a good taste in my mouth for the iPhone 18 or whatever it's gonna be, the iPhone Fold and different things like that. So I said, you know what? I recently came back off of vacation. We currently went to the Maldives and we went to Sri Lanka. And I did the craziest thing that I think I would never do, but I just said, you know what? I'm gonna pull the gun and I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I put the beta on while I was 15 hours away from home, clean across the whole side of the world. I put the beta on. And I'm like, you know what? I am insane. But let me go ahead and tell you my experience because I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't had no issues. I put the beta on during the middle of vacation. I have to say that I'm loving what I'm seeing from iOS 27 as we speak right now. Now, when it comes to my experience so far, now this is not going to get into all the features that the beta has. We're not going to get into all that. If you want that, I'm pretty sure there's another channel that's going to have everything nice and laid out in chapters, letting you know what's going on with the beta. But I'm just here to tell you my experience about what I felt with the iOS 27 beta and how I'm probably going to use it until the iPhone 18 is here. And then the first thing that I realized was just kind of how smooth this beta was. Everything seemed very smooth, just fluent. Everything that I've been to, I mean, I'm looking at all this. Everything has been super smooth. I haven't had any issues with anything when it comes to this beta. Everything has been smooth. I haven't had many lags. I haven't had any jitters, different things like that. Everything has been very smooth from my experience and it just feels snappier. Now, I know Apple during their keynote with WWDC, I think for this update, they're just kind of cleaning things up behind the scene, kind of getting back to that old iOS that we have known to know and love when it comes to it. And I feel like they really have when it comes to this 27, because so far it just feels very smooth. It honestly doesn't even feel like a beta in my opinion. And that's something good. When I put a beta on my phone, I don't want it to feel like a beta. I want it to feel like something steady enough that we can use every day. Now, I'm not one of those people who install a beta and then go to X, go to Twitter, go to Threads, and then complain about something not working. It's a beta. You got to know that everything isn't perfect. And I'm not saying the iOS 27 is perfect so far, but everything that I've been kind of dealing with, there's a few little hiccups that I've seen along the way. Everything has been very smooth. Now, one thing that is a big plus is I feel like I have my battery life back. Now, when it came to the iOS 26 or whatever update that's currently on, battery life has just hit the toilet. I mean, I'm not sure what has happened with the battery life. I know my battery health has gone down. I mean, we at what, 94% when it comes to battery health. So if I go to my battery and then go to my health, we sitting at 94% battery health. I'm not sure if you can see that. So I know my battery health isn't the best. Okay, I get that. It is not the best, but it was just bad on iOS 26, at least the latest updates of 26. But so far on 27, it seemed to have brought my battery back. Now, right now it's 10 o'clock. I probably took my phone off the charger around 4 or 5 a.m. and I'm sitting at about 75%. Now, that's not the best, but let me tell you something. It was better than it was when iOS 26 because I feel like by now my mess used to be like on 50%. Now, regardless, I was at work. I may be powering down on it, looking at social media, checking emails, listening to YouTube in the background, listening to music. But we talking about a 17 Pro Max. This is a battery that should not be depleting itself quickly. It should be hanging around. And I know I'm not the only person who has had these battery rolls. And some people for the iOS beta, they haven't had the best battery yet as well. But so far, I seem to have gotten at least some of that confidence when it comes to my battery back. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the big thing everybody wants to know, man. And that's if you hold this power button, it's going to bring up your Siri AI. Now, one thing that I love about it is if you can just get out of the Siri. One thing I like about it, I'm not a big Siri user. I will say that right now. I'm not really a big AI user. I'm not a big person who asks prompts to do different things. The most I'm ever going to ask Siri is to set me reminders, set an alarm, set a timer. Very basic things, all right? Very iPhone 4 Siri-ish, even though Siri wasn't a thing back there. At least I don't think it was. Y'all check me. Y'all Apple nerds, check me on my knowledge, all right? But I like it so far because if you can just ask it to do certain things and it pops it up. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually proposed to the lady in Maldives and I said, you know what, Siri? And I just asked it to show me this prompt. Siri, show me rings in my photo gallery. Are you going to show them to me? You know, but he didn't show them to me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's that. It just says you found 8 photos or videos of rings in the gallery. All right. Now, last time I did it, it kind of showed me that. Let me try it again. This is live on video. Hey Siri, show me videos and pictures of rings in my photo gallery. Didn't show it to me though. Can you show them to me? All right, there we go. So then it shows me it just pulled up my photo gallery. It just said I'm just gonna put up your photo gallery. You know what I mean? But that's it live on camera of what's happening. Now, I did that earlier and it worked perfect. And so I don't really know what the hell is going on with Siri right now doing this video. But once again, it's a beta. But I do like that you can do that with Siri. You can ask it certain commands and you can kind of give it some prompts like Chat GPT. And the only time I really use Chat GPT and different things like that is if I'm telling it to kind of clean something up. If I'm, writing a prompt and I wanted to clean something up, that's kind of what I do when it comes to using AI prompts and different things like that. So the new Siri AI, if you're a Siri person, I feel like if you rely heavily on Siri, you may like it. What I showed you may not leave you with a bunch of confidence, but trust my word, it was working just yesterday. I promise you it was working. All right. Now, moving right along, let's go ahead and talk about the new AI photo options because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big person who likes to alter pictures and different things like that. Whatever picture that you get from your camera is the picture that I like to use. And the two new things that I absolutely love is going to be the reframe and it's going to be the extend. Now, I'm going to basically be talking right now, but I will pull up some B-roll on the camera. The extend feature, in my opinion, is just dope. So I take a picture of my layout to where I proposed to my lady out there in the Maldives, and it was a little bit tight. You really couldn't see the full thing, the full setup of what was going on. So I basically used that extend feature and just kind of zoomed out a little bit so you can kind of see around it and kind of the entire setup without it being really too close up. And it really did a great job. It's not really giving me any AI slop around the corners. I think it did really good just kind of pulling it away, kind of generative AI filling all the areas on the sides. I think that's what it's called. And it gave me a picture that I can easily use, and everybody will think that will be the original picture. So I kind of like that if you need to kind of punch away, if you find yourself zoomed in a little bit too much, if it's something that you can kind of fill in pretty good when it comes to the edges, I really think this can be very useful in certain situations, especially taking pictures of landscape or if you're out and about and taking pictures. I really feel like that would just do very well. And let's go ahead and talk about the reframe. Now, the reframe, I haven't used it a bunch. I'm not sure if I will use it because when I'm typically framing a picture, that's the way I want it to be framed. I don't really have to kind of reframe it or make it another angle like I shot the picture from a different angle. Usually how I shoot is the way I want the picture. But it's say, for an example, you shoot an angle and you may not have want that angle. And there may have been something in your way. There may have been people in your way to where you couldn't get the desired angle that you wanted. You pop it on that reframe mode, you can move it up and down, left to right, and you can kind of position to where you would have liked to have been to take the picture, and it does a pretty good job fitting it in. Now, as you're moving the cursor, you may see a little AI slop, but when you actually hit it and it generates the picture, it will clean up things very nicely if it can to where it shows you the exact angle that you meant to shoot that picture. And I really think that is a very nice feature. I haven't had a reason to use it as of yet, but maybe in the future I'll take a picture where I may have couldn't have got to a certain angle. Boom, take that picture and kind of clean it up with the reframe. So I really like what they did with that. And they also have this new feature when it comes to Siri, and it's going to be called basically the Siri feature right here, where you can take a picture, kind of like Google Lens, if I could say so. So I'm going to take a picture of this anchor, this power bank, and let me see the results that it comes up with. It doesn't really give me too much detail. It kind of keeps it very general. There it is, the Anchor MagGo Power Bank 10K. This is not a 10K power bank, you know what I mean? So it isn't super accurate. Now, if you take a picture of an Apple Card, it'll let you know whether it's an Apple Card. Let me just try this again. Let's take a picture of this MagSafe wallet, all right? This is a Pataka MagSafe wallet, and let's just take a picture of it. It'll basically probably say it's just a, okay, I'll shut up. The Pataka Mag Easy Wallet is a modular magnetic card holder. Hey, listen, I'm not mad at that. Let's go ahead and take a picture of this chapstick I got right here. Let's see what it says about this chapstick. So I'm just trying anything. So this one says Blistex Lip Medex was launched. Okay, you know what I mean? So we're doing a pretty good job. Let's take a picture of let's take a picture of this Anchor 240 little charging base right here. Let's see what it says about this. Then I'll shut up. Maybe it is getting a little bit of detail, you know. So let's see what this one says. Anchor Prime charging station. So it lets you know what it is. I think that's pretty clutch. That's something that I've never really used in the future before, but I always felt like that was a pretty useful feature if you do things like taking pictures and you want to know a little bit more information of what that particular thing is. I do think that's a very cool thing. Now, one thing I'm not really going to show because a bunch of my private information is up there is the new Apple Pay. I love the new Apple Pay layout to where you can kind of cycle through your cards like a carousel. That's much more convenient besides clicking on it, scrolling down, trying to find a card that you want if you have a lot of cards in your Apple Pay like myself. I do feel like that is a very, very good feature in my opinion. And I love the new copy and paste feature. If you have something to where, let's see, if I got it in my notes, if I pull my notes up real quick, and we're gonna take the little, you know what I mean? Let's just copy this, let's back out, let's go to another one that says paste item from notes, and boom, you can just paste it in there. I really like anything that gives me a shortcut with copy and paste. If they can just get to like Samsung does with their little clipboard, love that feature. Anytime we can do a quick copy and paste, I absolutely love it. Now, once again, iOS 27 has been a very nice experience for me, but it hasn't been all positive, okay? One thing that I do feel like is an issue when you kind of in search and you're in your spotlight. Let's see if I can pull Spotlight down. As you can see right here in Spotlight, some of those apps are kind of ghosted. They're kind of grayed out. So you don't really know what they are. That's kind of an issue. So you're going to have to click on it and then you can kind of see what it is. But that, in my opinion, is a little bit of an issue with all of your last apps that you were using. I feel like that's a beta issue. Once again, I'm not really going to complain because this is a beta and that is something that's real beta-ish. So that's kind of the only bug that I've ran into. I'm not saying that's the only bug available, but that's the only one that I've experienced so far with using iOS 27 beta. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, if you're on the fence, I know a lot of people are like, man, I'm kind of on the fence. I might want to jump. I kind of want it. I say go for it, man, because I haven't been the only one that's kind of giving its praises of how stable iOS 27 has been. Just make sure you have your stuff backed up. It's not like you can't go back. I'm on the public beta, not the dev beta. So I feel like once you get to that public beta, I feel like things kind of start to get cleaned up a little bit to where you can kind of use it as your main. This is on my main device. All right. Once again, I'm the crazy guy who installed this while I was on vacation, but it did not backfire for me and everything seems pretty good. Now, when you first install it, it will index for like a day or so. Your battery life is going to be abysmal. It's just going to tear right through it. But trust me, your phone will be hot. But when that indexing is done, your phone remains cool, your battery life comes back, and you really start to enjoy iOS 27. So y'all let me know in the comment section down below. This is kind of a quick, ain't really no quick. I mean, minutes we had. We had 13, about 14 minutes about iOS 27. Let me know your experience about it. How do you feel? Is it stable for you? And hey, in the comment section down below, people read comments, man. Should the average person go out there and install the beta on their main device? Catch y'all on the next one, man. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts about the iPhone 17 Pro Max after all of these months, it's been mostly positive, except for the things that I spoke about earlier in this video. I'll be sure to leave that right here.